What up, folks, and welcome to the Bromance Podcast. On this podcast, we're going to be reviewing The Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 2. It is Season 6, isn't it? We're on Season 6?
Yeah, we're on Season 6.
My name's Bob, and this man to my... That is going to be
on the other end of the mic.
I was going to say to my left, but we're doing it over the internet this time, over Skype.
We are indeed, till the radio starts again.
Yep, so this is Stevie.
For now. We'll stay virtual.
What?
We'll stay virtual for now.
Well, we'll do it this week anyway, and we'll just didn't work out. Our schedules didn't permit us to be sitting beside each other in podcasts, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully the audio records well and doesn't sound shite.
We'll end up punching the face off each other though next time we're probably in the same room.
Just
remember like that last time?
Just beating the face clean off each other.
Exactly. Here, by the way, can we swear on this? Is that okay? Can we swear if,
I've already said shite, so I would assume so.
Fuck, no way, have you?
Yeah, so, but I wouldn't go too mad. Like, I was going to say maybe don't say fuck, but you've already said fuck now. So
can we say bugger?
You can say bugger, of course you can say bugger, just don't be saying cunt.
Right, so don't say fuck, bugger, or cunt.
Right, alright. Sweet. Well, obviously, you know this is a review, so if you haven't seen the episode yet, spoiler alert.
Yeah, just don't watch it. I would say go watch it first and then come back here for a brutally honest review, because I think my opinion is going to be different than yours tonight. I was sitting all day in work thinking about this.
Right.
Well, it wasn't. I thought for about 2 minutes. But see, for 2 minutes, I actually thought how much I didn't like this episode.
What?
And I'll go into that in a minute. I knew you would like it, obviously, because a lot happened and it progressed the story.
Right, well, let's go through what happened bit by bit, and then you can tell me why, alright? So we'll start off, at the start, the episode kicks off with a bit of an origin story for Enid, who's looking to be Carl's, maybe, love interest, and she's in a love triangle with Carl and that other wee dude that wears a hat that doesn't want his hair cut, which you'll see later in this episode too.
And he can't lift his left arm.
And his left arm's banjaxed. But like the thing that okay now, I'm saying this. I love that this episode, from about halfway through, at the start there, it was kind of like it just didn't make any sense to me. She's sitting there with her parents in the car, and she's obviously been told to keep Dick. You know what I mean? She's been put on lookout by her parents.
She didn't do a very good job, did she?
Well, she did, because she told them. She was like, Mum and Dad, there's some walkers coming, and they just didn't listen. Like, they just sat in the car and they were like, alright, there's walkers coming. And then the next minute, it is quite shocking though that she's sitting in the car and her man and dad's just getting eaten by a zombie.
Yeah, but they became breakfast.
So,
you know, I don't know, it wasn't the smartest thing. It just doesn't make sense, because the car there is safe.
No, but they didn't have what do you call it, fuses for the car, so they couldn't drive the car away. So that's why they didn't drive away. But they've clearly been out there living in... Like, I wonder how long into the... Well, they said in an earlier episode that she hadn't been in... what do you call it? Alexandria? What's a place to stay
Alexandria?
Is it Alexandria?
Yeah.
Right.
No. Was Alexandria not?
Alexandria is the film.
No, Alexandria... It's pretty sure that's what the place was called, Alexandria.
We should know this. If we're doing a review, we should know what the place is called. It's their home anyway. Where they're at now, it's their home. So, they said that she hadn't been there for long. So, I'm thinking they'd been on the road. They'd been surviving for a while outside. So, these zombies coming around the corner from behind them, and I just don't buy it.
What's the thing? They had plenty of time to get away, but they didn't, and it just doesn't make sense, because there's 3, you know, they could have killed them. There was 3 on 3, but they didn't, and all of a sudden, Mummy and Daddy become zombie soup, and they just get it. You know, it doesn't make sense. Physically, the 3 of them could have overpowered, like, corpses that were rotten.
Yeah.
But instead, you know, the daughter watches, Mummy, Daddy gets eaten, she hides in the car, she cries, she draws JSS on herself, and she goes eat fucking turtle soup.
Yeah, the JSS, like, they really highlighted that, and you were like, what's JSS, what's JSS, and you obviously find out right at the end of the episode that it means what?
Just stay, or just survive somehow.
Just survive somehow.
You know, it's just a smart, it's a good message and stuff like that. A little bit cheesy, but you know, it kind of gives a bit of depth to the show and makes it think like it's a smart person's show or something.
But then what happens?
It's not suits, but
yeah, then what happens whenever she's kind of in her transition between losing her parents and finding sanctuary? She eats a fucking turtle, man.
Yeah, raw as well.
She ate a raw turtle.
Yeah. Like, I think eating a raw egg is pretty disgusting.
She ate a raw turtle.
And then what does she do with the bones?
She writes JSS.
Yeah, I know.
But like, I think there was a thing that the director or something had said that she wanted her to look like the zombie that was eating her mum and dad when she was eating, because she looked then like a zombie. Like, she was eating that turtle and she looked like a walker. So I was wondering where it was going there and what was going on. So it was a bit of a weird start. And then obviously the whole show kicks off. The intro on Walking Dead, I think, is one of the best in TV. It's class, like.
Yeah, I must have a fan. It's up there along with like Prison Break in terms of pretty cool intro.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Prison Break?
No, but that's a discussion for another day, I'm sure. So anyway, the show starts and we kind of, I don't know, like, you see Carol and that, and to me at the time I was thinking, like, what's happened to Carol? She used to be a hardcore legend. Now she's boring the life out of me.
Domesticated, baking shit in the oven and all, making pies,
but she's also terribly blunt. Like, she turns around to that wee boy and it's basically, yo, your dad's dead, man the fuck up. And
more or less.
At least she didn't say to him, look at the flowers. He's lucky.
Yes. Like, you do not want her to tell you to look at the flowers.
So
you will get fucked up.
The way I kind of took a note down when I was watching it at this point, going, because I was sitting thinking, this episode's going to be horrific, it's going to be shit, what am I doing, what a waste of time, this is just one of those, like, the main characters are all away, it's all the secondary characters, it's just going to try and build some of them up. What a load of bollocks, this whole season better not be like this. And what I wrote down in my notes was, it's like Desperate Housewives with zombies, this episode.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
So I was like, what? And then tell me this before I kind of get into what then happens in the episode. Eugene, the guy with the mullet.
Yes, no one likes because he's useless.
Did he not get his absolute cunt knocked loose in the last episode?
No, yeah, that was.
Or not in the last episode, in the last season.
Yeah, by guy with a weird handlebar mustache.
The ginger mustache.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead.
Who?
Eugene.
No, he still lived. He survived.
Well, you know that now because I've seen him. But
yeah, no, he lived at the time.
I do like him. I like because he's quite funny. You know what I mean?
He's
like,
an idiot.
So anyway, so we get to just before going actually, Carl as well. Like, I was at the time then when I was watching start, I was thinking, like, Carl. I wish the actor that played Carl was a bit more badass. You know what I mean?
He's a little bitch. He's a little bitch trying to act a little bitch.
Very good.
To me, it doesn't work. I just see him as a skinny kid that's using machine guns, and even like the scene where the guy grabbed the gun and Carl had already shot once in the leg. To me, he wasn't badass enough. I'm not gonna lie. If I was in a zombie apocalypse and if I didn't have a lightsaber, I had to use a normal weapon of choice, like a machine gun. I'd be shooting motherfuckers, taking names, drinking beers like Stone Cold Steve Austin in an apocalypse. I wouldn't be doing this. Oh, I'll give him a secondary chance. Not even that. The fact that a few seasons ago, the wee kid was unarmed. He dropped his gun during the prison kind of siege. Carl was ruthless. Shot once in the fucking head. You're dead. And then in this episode, this guy who's chopping up people with axes and machetes, suddenly he starts growing a conscience and letting this guy live. You know, it doesn't wash for me. It just does not wash for me.
It doesn't tie in. I just think the actor that plays him himself could be, you know, obviously they signed him up when he was a wee boy, and but like, yeah, no, I do think though, as you say, in the prison and stuff, there is times where you see Carl and he
was a sick wee bastard.
Yeah, but he was young. He's grown up in like what we conceive as right and wrong in today's society doesn't apply to him. He has grown up from a child in this post-apocalyptic world where survival is king, and you have to do the hard stuff to survive, and that's it. Like, that's just the way he's grown up. But the actor for me he
doesn't do it for you.
Yeah, he needs to. Carl should be a complete another badass. Like, Carl is.
He needs to lose the hair.
Yeah, he does need to lose the hair, but he's the pinnacle of what has. Like, as seasons go on, say it gets to season 10, Carl should be like the ultimate badass zombie killer, because like kind of what Daryl is, I guess. Just because he's grown up in that, and he's been taught and trained, and you know, he's grown into this person, whereas all these other people were already adults and they had to adapt. So, but yeah, so moving on from Carl, yeah, so I thought that the episode was going slow. I kind of touched on what happened, what actually happened in the episode, but I was thinking, oh, this is so slow, this is shit and slow, and it's one of those episodes, and I was thinking, come on, Carl, be cool, you know, like she's looking out her window. She told the girl to go outside and smoke because it was a disgusting habit, and she's looking out the window at her, and I'm kind of thinking Carl's going to go out and maybe tell her off for smoking. Oh wow, what mentalness. And then boom, the girl that's outside smoking just gets whacked with a machete, and then it's like, oh, shit is going down. What is this?
I didn't even think of what it was. I was like, what is this thing? It's just like what is going on? And like there was no kind of build up to these guys. It was like we've seen the zombies tied to the tree with big W's in their head. Obviously, it stands for wolves.
Wolves. Yep.
You know, and it was just like what the fuck? What's going on here? Like there was no real build up to these guys. There was no real backstory. But I guess that opens a door now for their backstory, because they are the reason that the way they are. You know, you don't just sit and hack people up with machetes when they're already dead. You know, there obviously has been something that has drove them to the point where they're crazy. They're almost cannibalistic, and you know, I don't know. Hopefully, they go into that moving forward. You know, because again, I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, well, it is definitely something. I think they're obviously going to be the main antagonists of this season, but like, so these guys are running riot, completely killing everybody they can. The people that are kind of stepping up and protecting everybody are obviously the people that have been out there. All the ones you see, the ones that have been in behind that wall, you see what the wall has done to them, and it's
made them weak. Essentially,
they haven't had to properly survive. They've survived, but they haven't had to survive properly. Anybody who's been outside of the wall is a bit of a badass. Anybody who's been inside of that wall is just wick, you know. But one thing that gets me then is the Carl, again, going back to Carl. He's been through all this shit since he's a kid. He's run about with an assault rifle to protect Judith, his wee sister, which is fine. That's fine by me. But then Enid comes into the room, or into the house, and
yeah, she basically says she's leaving.
Yeah, but then he's like, no, you're not leaving, you're staying with me and stuff, and I'll protect you and you'll help me protect Judith. So what do? They sit down in the middle of the living room, back to back, as if that is the best defence that they can muster. Like, that's the best tactical defensive spot that they can think of.
I would defend the stairs. I would be at the top of the stairs, even down. You know, there's no other way up.
I 100% thought the exact same thing. I'd have laid down at the top of the stairs like in Call of Duty, and just camped and just pinged them off as they came through the door.
There was just a lot of flaws in the show, especially defensively. You know, Morgan was the reason I didn't like the show.
Right. I was going to get to him anyway, so let's go.
Crazy, not because he's lost his way, don't get me wrong, that annoyed me, pissed me off a little bit. Then, watching your son basically die and then turn in front of you will maybe do that to you, but
absolutely.
To me, he just doesn't make sense. He'll kill walkers, not a problem. He will not kill psychos and murderers. He doesn't believe in killing humans. Now these humans are chopping people up.
Mm-hmm.
They're, they would probably rape count as women. And for some reason he decides, nope, I do not want to kill you. I think you're deserving of a life. And I would disagree strong-heartedly there. I just genuinely do not believe that they are, and I genuinely think he has to go. He doesn't serve any purpose but to slow the show down when it starts to pick up. It's all about his guilt, his conscience, blah, blah, blah.
But see, whenever he came into it, like, for me, he walks in and he comes in and I'm like, yes, we're going to see some Donatello shit here with his staff. He's going to kick some ass. And then, but then, all of a sudden, like, not seeing, I wanted to see that, but what I got was something for me that was even better. Badass Carol comes out and she just walks up. He's about to fight somebody with a stick, and Carol just runs up and plugs him with a gun, just shoots him.
Yeah.
Shoots him in the head.
She doesn't. She stabs him. The guy's with.
Or stabs him. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, she comes up and shanks him.
And then she just runs about, dressed as one of the. She's got herself dressed as one of the wolves, running about, just killing them all, and completely, like the bit where her and Morgan are running along and they're heading to the armory to protect the armory, and you see the priest dude, the minister or priest guy, and he's getting like attacked.
That would be the end of him.
Yeah, because he's just weak, isn't he? But Carol just looks at him and goes, "Yeah, leave him," and just keeps going.
Yeah, of course, Morgan also again disappoints me. Goes back and saves the guy. Of course, he lets the guy live and ties him up, which obviously he could get loose, kill somebody. Of course, Morgan doesn't give a shit because he's so high and mighty.
But then is that the guy? Then I think he beats him up, and then
he knocks him out.
And then spend a lot of time tying him up, and then Carol just rocks out after they've spent all the time tying him up and shoots him in the head while he's tied up. Just comes out and kills him.
Of course, that's the right thing to do.
And she kills one of the Desperate Housewife girls as well. So one of them gets stabbed, and she just goes up and kind of shushes her, and then just knifes her, and she's. I think her story arc and her storyline has came the furthest for everybody. Apart from Rick, where she does what needs to be done. Her and Rick are very similar that way. But she's came the furthest. She was this wee timid housewife who was getting beat all the time, and then now she's one of the hardest characters in the story. So, but now we know as well. Obviously, we know that. Did you see the bit though? Whenever Morgan came up in front of some of the wolves, and they seemed to know him. Did you notice that? Did you notice that they kind of?
Yeah, sure. He was in a scuffle with him in the woods. Don't remember they tried to take his stuff.
Yeah, but like,
that was them.
Yeah,
they remember him.
But do they not know him? Do you think there's more to it? Do you think it's something to do with them where he learned how to do all this stick fighting and all that?
I don't know. Possibly, I guess. But I just remember they tried to steal his shit, and he was like, "Nope, not today, motherfucker." And they beat the shit out of him, of course. He gave him his weapons at that point as well, because he's a bit of a weakling, I guess. Didn't understand that either. It's here, take my gun. You maybe need it too, but no. And that's the other thing. I don't know if he's the leader of the wolves at all. I don't know who he is in connection with the story arc. But
that's a big shoot. Actually, what if it turns out that he's the leader of the wolves?
He got them started.
Like he's.
Like
I was just about to say that he's maybe ahead of where Rick is, whereas he's went so far that he's kind of went back to trying to be normal again. He went through all the bad stuff, and his story arcs went right back to reverted to trying to be normal. But imagine he was the leader of that. What a twist would that be? Like,
yeah, he's now left this renegade group. But what I was thinking is the guy that picks up the gun, the crazy guy with the blonde hair with the W scarfed into him, like, he picks up a pistol and he has it in his hand. Obviously, he'll know if it's loaded by the weight, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But he lets Morgan live. He could have just shot Morgan.
Morgan kind of chases them away.
Like, yeah, but he has a stick. He has a stick, and this boy has a gun. It's like that classic scene from Next Friday. It's like, you know, oh, what do you want to do here? He's a stick. Oh, well, I've got a gun. He's like, yeah, you got nothing, 2 bullets in that gun. What if you miss? I'll not miss with my stick. You know, but you could have shot the guy. You know, and Morgan would be lying dead now. I'd be happy. I probably would have enjoyed the episode. I wouldn't be preparing for, you know, some guy in the next episode. I'd be, oh, I can't kill you because I have a stick and I'm...
Well, we know that they've got rid of the wolves, that the communities just went through complete turmoil, and for the next episode there's a massive horde of zombies on their way. You know, are they going to land onto the community, or will Rick and the gang be able to turn them away? You know, that's the question for next time. Who knows? But all in all, just to recap, then, all in all, you didn't like the episode mainly because of Morgan.
Yes, and like there's so many pussies in that place. Like, even your woman's son, who's in the guard tower, you know, wouldn't come inside and fight. I don't know. It just, for me.
But then that's just highlighting the fact that they have been sheltered and they haven't had they're starting to get a taste of the real world now. You know.
Yeah, but.
Let's just highlight that.
Are you actually yawning right now?
Yeah, I just had a yawn, yeah. You're boring the life out of me because you don't like this episode. For me, for this episode, for me, I think that seeing Carl turn into badass apocalypse surviving Carl was awesome. I think Carl needs to man up. I think that Morgan's going to be quite a complicated character, and you're right, it's going to be slow with him, and it's going to be, I think he's going to clash with Rick a lot. I think that's why he's been put in there, because Rick looks back at him as, like, I don't know, he looks back at him as his only friend in a way, you know, not his only friend, but like an old friend who he really related to and kind of bonded with right at the start of the event that happened to put all the zombies out. Did you know that the zombies outrank humans 5,000 to 1? That's never getting any better, like.
I would still win, I think.
No. So, no way. We're coming up on the 25-minute mark, so that's gonna wrap us off. But yeah, so cool episode for me. We'll wait and see what happens in the next one, but some good stuff happening with some of the characters, and you're hoping Morgan dies in the next one, I take it?
No, I guess not. Like, I want to see him reach his potential, but again, I'm impatient. I want to see it soon. I want to see a badass motherfucking Donatello. You know, whether I'll get that, I don't know. But, you know, I definitely hope. I want to see Rick and him maybe come to heads about the direction they're going. I want to see Daryl maybe step up again, and again throw a third leader into the group with him. You know, I'd like to see them all kind of reach a point where we're not sure who the main character is. You know, at the minute it's been Rick. You know, since there's been no other character that's challenged him for that kind of thing. Obviously, Daryl has his fans. You know, the ladies love him. he's a bit of a badass. But then if you were Daryl in real life, you'd be, a dirty hick, essentially,
Yeah. Well, we will see. We'll see in the next episode, and we will certainly talk about it in our next review. But we're going to have to kind of cut it off there, and because people don't listen to us talking for
the one hour mark, so.
It's not the 1 hour; it's a 26-minute mark.
Yeah, well, 26 I guess pretty long, but.
Right, guys, from us, thanks for listening, and remember, if you've got any comments, fire them into the comment section below, and we'll certainly get back to you. So it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me, Steve. And just while you're here, guys, if you just want to subscribe to Bromance Universe, you can find us on Facebook. Definitely, we do post the banter. So, yeah.
Boom. Right, adios.
Adios.